In a world where education shapes the future, there exists a beacon of innovation and excellence, Brainy Hive Schools.
How did the name Brainy Hive come about? Well, in the early days, even before the school started, we were trying to get the paperwork done, get the school registered. And we had a few name options that kept getting rejected. And we thought to ourselves, okay, we need to create something unique that captures the picture that we want to create into an organization. So a hive, brains, and all of that, we're able to just put the name together. And by that time, we were sure that it would be impossible to have the name replicated. And of course, it went through and it came complete. So that's how the name came about. And we're proud that we chose that name actually.
Join us on a journey through time as we explore the remarkable story of Brainy Hive Schools from its humble beginnings to its current state as a renowned educational institution. Welcome to the heart of Brainy Hive Schools, where every corner resonates with the echoes of learning and discovery. The journey of Brainy Hive Schools began with a vision to create a nurturing environment where students could thrive intellectually, emotionally, and socially.
I remember when we started Brainy Hive, our journey began with a clear vision and deep commitment to addressing some critical issues in education. And when we started Brainy Hive School, we began with a motto that says, a better start for every child. And we have a couple of reasons why our motto was a better start for every child. I remember growing up as a child, and I felt like I could, experiencing the teachers that I experienced growing up, I felt that I could have gotten a better education. I felt that I could have gotten a better support from the, adults around me. So when we started Brainy Hive, we just wanted to be teachers who are more empathetic, towards the children in our care. We wanted every child to experience true love. We wanted every child to experience true support and encouragement. We wanted every child to have a very good start education-wise. And so we began with that motto, a better start for every child. We wanted a situation where every individual child will experience care, true care. And that was exactly what we were doing when we started Brainy Hive. We were giving support and care and attention to the individual child that came, to our facility. And at some point, 5 years down the line, we thought that yes, we've been able to achieve this. You will see parents smiling when they come to get their kids. You will see children happy to come to school. And we thought, okay, so after giving these children a better start, what else? Then we came up with the fact that a better start might not be enough for every child coming to Brainy Hive School. We came up with another motto for Brainy Hive School. And it says, educating for the future. Yeah, just beyond the now, beyond just caring for children. We must get them ready for the things ahead of them. And exactly what we are doing at Brainy Hive Schools.
In the early days of Brainy Hive Schools, I remember that it was more like being in a family. Yeah. And we collaborated so strongly together. We were able to impact on the children. I remember that if a pupil of a class, left the class without talking his or her, or a boy, for instance, did not talking before leaving the class, or after leaving the class, I beg your pardon, and before the child gets to the gate, another teacher would have intercepted the child, stopped, corrected the child. That's how we work together, and we still have that culture. That's one of the things that made the early days really beautiful. We did our best. We went all out to ensure that we gave the children the best. We had beautiful collaboration and relationship with the parents. Our relationship with ourselves was cordial. It was beautiful. Where there were challenges, we found a way to solve it together. And then we had a beautiful relationship with our director too. She was open. She was willing to learn. She was willing to listen. She was willing to accommodate new ideas. And that made the journey really smooth.
Through perseverance and dedication, Brainy Hive blossomed from a seed of an idea into a thriving educational ecosystem.
It's actually an amazing feeling observing how Brainy Hive started. I think I came in when she was just about 2 years old. I've seen how the growth process has been from a crawling baby to a walking baby to a running baby. And now I could actually say a soaring, a flying bird. And I actually cannot wait to where we're going to, because I know very well that we're going to go to so much bigger places. Brainy Hive has gone through several hurdles, challenges. There are times where I could observe my boss, Dr. Elizabeth Ogunshola, could observe her being a bit worried. I remembered a time where she was concerned about space, and it got us into a space, a position of worry. But through it all, we pull through. Through it all, I've seen how we come out becoming better. We come out becoming a strong force. Brainy Hive gives both the teachers, the parents, and the pupils or students opportunity to grow, to become better than we came in. We have opportunity to get to a particular height that is achievable. Brainy Hive doesn't see little in anybody. Brainy Hive believes that anyone, no matter who you are, can become better. As a teacher in Brainy Hive Schools, we have a great space. We have a good ambience to grow. It was actually Napoleon Hill that said that strength and growth comes only through continuous effort and struggles. Of course, that is simply because we need to push through to get to where we want to be. And I am very sure that I see Brainy Hive becoming better, stronger, and striving and becoming the impact, touching lives, touching children, touching the society, touching the community, and a great force in the educational industry.
So for us, every day we ask ourselves this question: if a child leaves Brainy Hive and relocates to any part of the world, if that child is in grade 3 in Uyo here at Brainy Hive, will they fit into a grade 3 or grade 4 anywhere in the world without losing anything? If the answer to that question is no, then we're not doing our job well. We want to ensure that these children can fit into any culture, any society, any system that they go to. And lastly, we think asking ourselves, when a child is completing high school in Brainy Hive, I want to ensure that this child has multiple options, multiple pathways for success. A child should be able to get scholarships to study anywhere in the world, not just on academic grounds alone, a sports ground, on arts ground, or entertainment ground. So we're just trying to create this balanced school. So our focus is not just on academics. We're heavy on STEM. That's talking about education, robotics, technology, and sciences. We're heavy on sport. We're heavy on the arts. We're heavy on entrepreneurship and on leadership. We just want to ensure that every child has multiple pathways to success and significance. And this is what drives what we do at Brainy Hive Schools.
I came into Brainy Hive when I was just 2 years old. From 2 years till now, I've learned different things from Brainy Hive Schools. Brainy Hive is a school that has built my great foundation from a baby till now I'm 11 years. Thank you, Brainy Hive, for doing this amazing job.
For the past 8 years I've stayed in Brainy Hive, able to tell you some of the extracurriculums that we have in Brainy Hive. In Brainy Hive, we have Scrabble, we have chess, and we have Taekwondo. Every Friday is either you go down for salsa or you go down for your ballet. So I started here as a little child, and I've seen myself grow a lot. Like, I talk a lot, so Brainy Hive has helped me develop that. Instead of just idly speaking, I can speak in public and make my point outside. So, and also how to compose myself. I'm very boisterous, so Brainy Hive has taught me to compose myself and stuff like that. And taught me other skills too from the extracurriculars, like new words and bits of wisdom from teachers and subjects as well.
Chess has helped me to be strategic in everything I do, and Scrabble has improved my vocabulary.
We have TEDed. TEDed has helped me to improve my public speaking skills. Secondly, we have Taekwondo. Taekwondo has helped me to learn how to defend myself. Thirdly, we have ballet. Ballet has taught me how to be flexible when I'm dancing and not to be scared when I'm dancing in front of a crowd. And finally, the last one that I'll be talking about are sports. Sports help us to gain more strength and to be confident in ourselves always.
Brainy Hive has helped me to create my own business. I'll be able to know my target market, be able to know my location, be able to know how to start stuff, how to grow my business, how to make profit, how to save and everything. And it has really helped me in my daily life because I've been able to save some money up for myself.
What sets Brainy Hive apart from the rest? It's not just the curriculum, but the holistic approach to education that fosters critical thinking, creativity, and character development.
My name is Teacher Emme, also known as Teacher Mimi. I remember very well I started Brainy Hive in 2014, precisely October. Had come for my interview in September, and then in October I started my first day at work. I came not knowing what to do, not knowing what was ahead of me, because I really didn't have any experience of teaching the children. I really didn't have any experience of anything. So I came very excited, very eager to learn, very eager to see what I was going to learn.
I got here first of all when my son was 9 months old, and Peniel is 9 years today. He's 9 years and some months, right? And watching Brainy Hive grow has been phenomenal, right? In the sense that I don't know where we would have been in the first place. My 3 kids are here, and so far it's been something very beautiful, knowing that Brainy Hive is not just contributing to the academic successes of these children, they are also framing their future. They are also giving them what others cannot give them. So I am very much pleased that we have been here till this time, and we have been here this long because of the value we have gotten, and it's something very beautiful.
Okay. Yes, it was about trust. Seeing the people at the helm and knowing where they are coming from. Not, where they are coming from in terms of precedent. They're coming from a background of excellence in whatever they do. So we took that decision and believed it was going to work out. And looking back, it was the correct decision, because over the time we have seen excellence in full display. Yeah, so they didn't have a name, but right now there is a name, and has been built over these years. It's a brand that everybody looks up to.
Brainy Hive has made my children able to interact with any student anywhere. They've been able to learn a lot of things outside just knowing the regular subjects that we're used to, mathematics, English. They know other things like Scrabbles, like chess, like abacus. That's one of the things that fascinates me about Brainy Hive. So I think the edge they have, that they can compete with anybody, anywhere, I think that's one of the things that I've gained being part of Brainy Hive.
Okay, for me, it's the intentional parenting aspect. Trying to incorporate that into the school system made it a lot more convincing that the school is set to help both the parent and the child. So it's a total package, and that's impressive.
There were quite a number of issues we noticed with the children at Brainy Hive Schools when, on our journey in raising balanced children. And it was as if our efforts were not really showing as much as we expected. And so we realized that for us to be able to give that fantastic and holistic, education to the children, we need the involvement of the parent. Just beyond paying fees, we needed parents to be more involved in their children's life. We needed parents to be more involved in the school community. We began to involve the parents, in reading books, reviewing the books in our workshops, and as time goes on, we metamorphosed into conferences for parents. And ever since we began the conferences for intentional parenting, it's been awesome and all shades of amazing.
We always wanted to involve the parents in the training on the raising of the children. We always wanted to collaborate with them, and we did a lot of things to ensure we did that. I remember once we were thinking that, what do we do to involve the fathers? Because in those days, remember that most of the people who come to pick their children or were deeply involved in the education of their children were the mothers. And we said, no, that's not supposed to be so. It's supposed to be a collaboration between the mothers and fathers. And then we thought of Father's Cookery Day. Oh my God. It was such an interesting thoughts. We pulled that stunt together. The fathers came and they came to cook in school. It was wonderful. It was an experience. That tells us that Brainy Hive, even when we started, we always wanted to collaborate with parents to do things together and show them that they're important in this journey of parenting. One of the biggest challenges we had growing as a school was the challenge with space. We didn't have enough space to accommodate all the big ideas in our mind. Yes, we had lots and lots of great and big ideas. We wanted to do so much for the kids, but we didn't have sufficient space to pull that together. So what I remember, we had to find a way to still achieve our goal. In those days, one of those times, we thought about putting into practice what the children have learned in agriculture. And then we thought, we need a farm. We don't have a farm as a school. What if we'll go to a farm? And then we just came together as staff, I, teacher Ejiro, and some other teachers. We just said, okay, is there a parent in the school that has a farm? Yes, there's a parent that has a farm. We called him. We said, we're coming to your school, to your farm. And then we're like, are there other farms apart from that farm? We went out to do a research, and we discovered there's a big farm. I called somebody I know, and that's how we went to a farm, and it was quite interesting. The children were able to relate what they were learning in class with what was happening in real life. I remember also those days, we wanted the children to learn how to swim. We didn't have that facility, and then we thought, what can we do? Teacher Lizzie just said, look, let's go and buy the floating pool. And we did. We bought 2 big ones. The children started swimming and were able to solve that challenge. So you see, yes, we had our challenges, but we had a way around it. And that's one of the beautiful things about Brainy Hive. We always think outside the box.
I came to Brainy Hive when I was 11 months old. At first I was scared, but now I'm not. I made friends such as Ayo, Ebu, Jani, and Jerusha. Ayo influenced me to be confident. Ebu influenced me to be bold, and Jerusha actually helps me to overcome my fears.
I'd like to talk about a few things that are unique to Brainy Hive Schools. Quite a number of things we do in this school. There is a special way of greeting, that is so unique to us, to our students. When you meet a Brainy Hiver, you're likely to hear from the boy or girl, "Good morning, madam. It's good to see you," with a warm smile. It's a unique way of, getting our student to greet people with a warm smile and with respect. So many other things like our parent-teacher relationship. When we started Brainy Hive, and we made the relationship, an open one, whereby parents can have conversations with children that they are directly responsible for their children. And quite a number of parents came to us, the management, and said, no, why will you give your teachers that so much leverage, so much freedom to have access to parents? And we asked them, yes, in this school, teachers who are directly responsible for your children are supposed to have access to you. Our job is to train them to be able to, maintain good relationship with parents and understand boundaries. Because we may not be able to give that holistic education to your children if we don't get, consistent feedback from parents. And so we realized that these parents, saw a different school in the city of Uyo that they couldn't believe that would give access, to parents, that will give access to teachers to have communication from time to time with parents. And I'm glad that we're able to bring that on board at Brainy Hive Schools. And quite a number of parents, I can tell you, they are enjoying, the fact that they have access to the teachers who are directly responsible for their children. Another thing that is unique to Brainy Hive is our gender-based mentorship. This is peculiar to us. We have different times where we meet with the boys and talk about different things, stereotypes. We have different times where we meet with girls separately to just talk about life generally and what to expect in the future. This is an awesome program. that the children are benefiting from, and we are happy to be part, of this process. We are happy to be part of their growth in this regard. There is yet another program unique to us. It is called Skype a Scientist. Our grade school and high school students get to schedule a time with scientists from anywhere in the world, different countries. We have done this for a couple of years now. I think about 5 to 6 years now. That every term, once or twice in a term, where we have our students get to talk with scientists and ask them questions about their inventions and how they got started, the processes involved, and all of that. We are happy to be showcasing scientists to our students. There is a way we want them to think. So it is important that they hear from these people who have gone ahead of them to do great things, because we need them to start creating things, not just users of things, but creators of things unthinkable.
When I first came into town, I was looking for a school that had space for special students because I was trained to work with special children. And I was blessed to find Brainy Hive Schools in Uyo that catered for children with special learning needs. It's been a wonderful, fun ride all the way because Brainy Hive management and admin, the directors, the staff, and everyone have made the journey smooth. Every difficult ride has been fun because they've been very supportive all the way. They welcome the children with special learning needs as if, like every other regular child. You wouldn't even know the difference because here it's inclusive education all the way. The special educators have time with the pupils for some hours of the day, then every other time they are with the regular children. Having to be a preschool head, run a dance academy, and also be a teacher in the classroom. It's been an amazing journey so far, and it's even more awesome having directors that encourage growth. This year, September to be precise, will make me 6 years at Brainy Hive, and I can say that I've grown in so many areas. Growing up, I've always had passion for dance. I've always had passion for teaching as well. So when I came to Brainy Hive Schools, I had questions like, aside teaching, what other thing can you do? So I said, okay, I like to dance. I like to coach kids on dancing. So I got the encouragement that I could go ahead and start a dance academy and run a dance school. So I started that journey, and it's been running for about 2 to 3 years now. And it's been great because having to explore both worlds of the things you like, teaching and also my dancing, it's really been amazing. And I really want to say thank you to Brainy Hive Schools, because when you walk in a place that encourages growth, I can say Brainy Hive is a place that encourages growth. The director cares about the growth of the member of staff, and it's been an amazing journey so far. I am an excellent teacher. I am also an amazing dance coach.
So far, working in a school for me has been an amazing experience. It's been an adventure. I get to interact with the teachers. I get to interact with some of the pupils, and helping teachers to achieve their classroom goals has been amazing. It's one of the things my department does. We help the teachers to do their tasks, help them with their worksheets, their examinations, and it's just been so good because for me, one of the ways I find expression is helping people. It's a strong value point for me. I always look for ways to help people, look for ways to help them achieve their goals. It's one of the things that makes me tick. helping people. And I found myself in that department in Brainy Hive Schools, where I get to help teachers to achieve their goals and to impact the lives of pupils. One of the ways I express my skills at Brainy Hive Schools is in my work, where we work on the examination questions, and most of my skills come into play when I'm working, because there might be a picture in the exam question that it seems hard to get on the internet. Like, teachers want a specific kind of picture, an illustration, a diagram that you check the internet you can't find. So I have to put in my skills. I have to use anything I can. Sometimes I use Illustrator, I use Photoshop, CorelDRAW, just to make an exam question to come out very well. Okay, so that's what we do in Brainy Hive Schools. Yeah, we go to that length to make sure that our services are impeccable. Yeah, so we take our time to give the best to our pupils, and it's been an amazing 10 years. I'm 4 years now in Brainy Hive Schools, and I've learned a lot with the trainings and the buildings, and I'm glad I came here.
My experience so far has been a wonderful one. I mean, to me, it's one of the biggest risks in my career that I could ever imagine. I mean, how do you move from being a school principal and then going down to be a primary school teacher? I mean, my friends were like, what kind of decision are you trying to make? But they were not there during my interview with Teacher Lizzie and Teacher David. I saw something that no one saw. What did I see? I saw growth. I saw a vision of raising young minds with a different way of learning. I mean, I could count on the different experiences I've had here, and it's been wonderful. I mean, with the programs that we do here, with TEDed, Empathical, Skype Scientists, I mean, these programs have given me the ability, to even get friends abroad. And with these programs, we are able to nurture the minds of these children, not for them to think not in the local horizon, but on the higher view. And you could see it from the faces of these children that they are happy whenever these programs come on. And
the teacher that impacted me is Teacher Collins. He has always been there. He always puts me on challenges, especially math and English. He's always there for anything. Even though he shouts, he's always correcting us on the bad things we do.
Jaja Adigwe is known as the fashion queen in this Brainy Hive School. She teaches girls how to walk gracefully, sit gracefully, and do everything that a true princess is supposed to do. Also, we have Teacher Rachel. Teacher Rachel is a handwriting queen. She taught us how to write cursive beautifully, so amazingly. Today, I can write cursive in the most beautiful way. We also have Teacher Tunde, our music teacher. Teacher Tunde helps us to understand how to read and write music.
We invest heavily on our teachers. We realize that for our teachers to be able to do the things that we require them to do, to be able to give the support, to our students at Brainy Hive Schools, we needed to get them to understand how to work with children, and that we do trainings consistently for. I guess at Brainy Hive Schools, we spend more money on training our staff than on buying toys. And we are happy to be doing that. At first, quite a number of teachers, felt that it was too stressful. But, from time to time, when they began to realize how the trainings are changing them personally, how the trainings are transforming their lives, they needed to sit down for every training to get the best of it. And we are happy to be part of their growth as well.
It has been an amazing journey. It has been a wonderful journey. I've had reasons to say thank you to the Almighty God for all the things I've learned, for all the experiences, for all the relationship, for all the leadership skills I've learned.
I remember earlier in the years in my stay in Brainy Hive, I remember once I saw a future where the children had a big choir and they were singing on stage. Somehow that is becoming something we are beginning to see in Brainy Hive. And now in the future, I imagine a Brainy Hive school where by the time our students are graduating, each of them, especially in the high school, each of them they are ready and they are fit for the marketplace from secondary school. If they ever go to a university, it is to gain other knowledge and experience that they didn't have in secondary school. But by the time they are done with high school, they are ready, they are fit for the marketplace. That's the kind of future that I see. And I believe we will achieve it.
Going forward, I see Brainy Hive smashing goals. I see Brainy Hive impacting lives in the community. I see Brainy Hive touching people. I see Brainy Hive giving global relevance. Why? Because the children whom we've trained, we want them, we believe that they would get into positions where they would be able to chair meetings, they would be able to solve problems, they will be innovative, they would be able to create jobs, they would be able to ensure that there is good manners, soft skills applied in every single position, every single place they find themselves. Why do I think so? As a teacher, I have a role and I am very, very much determined to do this, to ensure that every child around my care, every child around me is being taught properly how to behave, how to speak, how to be respectful, how to be well-mannered, how to relate properly in any situation or environment they find themselves. Cheers to global.
As Brainy Hive celebrates a decade of excellence, the journey continues. With each passing year, new milestones are reached, new horizons are explored, and new dreams are realized. Together, we look ahead to a future filled with endless possibilities, knowing that the best is yet to come.
One of the aha moments at Brainy Hive Schools, that got me teary was when we conducted the research on how to solve a particular child's problem. One of the issues with the child was attention deficit hyperactivity disorder that a lot of people call ADHD. He had problem sitting in one place. He had problem being impulsive in class. He had problems, with so many learning areas. And we conducted this research to understand what we can actually do to help this child get the quality education that all the children in the class were getting. And we came out with 3 modifications that actually helped him. And we tried it for about 3 months, and guess what? Indeed worked. We began to see this boy sit in one place, be more friendly with teachers and friends, listening attentively in class and cooperating with every adult around him in the school facility. That was one of the moments I knew that God was involved in Brainy Hive project. Helping the boy to be able to stay in one place and stable. And not just that, he has become one of the brilliant students that we have at Brainy Hive School. And I am happy that God did this for us as a school. It's been great to know that God is with us. And this same God will continue to be with us. God has done amazing things through our hands, through the teachers. God has been amazing. Every time we work with the children, we see God helping us. We see God giving us solutions to the individual problems of the children. And we are grateful for the presence of God in the facility. This is something we are not going to take for granted anytime. We will give glory to God.
The world is becoming borderless and global. The definition of competition is changing. So the idea that you're competing with schools in your city or in your locality is long outdated, because most of our children won't live in the city where they are raised. And the same jobs or the same markets that we're preparing these children for are the same markets that every other school around the world is preparing their children for. So the real competition that our students in Uyo are going to have are other kids in Netherlands, in Denmark, in the US, in China, in Australia. And it's important that we raise them to be able to compete at that level of international competition. And that's what we're trying to do at Brainy Hive. We're thinking about the future. What world will these children live in? And how do we prepare them for that world? And so that's why we're able to combine different things: academics, sports, technology, arts, just to give every child an adequate preparation for wherever life takes them and whatever the future brings to them, to ensure that they don't just survive, but they also thrive and succeed in the future. That's what we're trying to do at Brainy Hive. That's what keeps us on our toes. That's the future that we're creating.